We are approaching the end of July, which means it is time for me to make my most worn of the month video. This is where I share with you guys the fragrances that I reach for the most. Now, I'm not saying that these are the best fragrances. I'm not saying that you need to run out and go get these fragrances. I'm just letting you know that these are the fragrances that I reach for time and time again. So stick around and we're gonna get straight into the video. Kicking off the list is going to be one that just kind of barely skated in. I actually got it towards the end of July, and it is Offens 9 a.m. Dive. This is one that I just recently recorded a review of. Smells a lot like some other popular designer fragrances on the market. Overall, it smells very versatile. It's definitely a compliment getter. I get good performance with it around that 6 to 8 hour mark. You get a really nice apple note, some other fruity notes behind it. It's kind of an uplifting, fun type of a fragrance, but I still find it suitable for me to wear it to work. I wear it to the gym. I wear it casually. There's really just not a bad situation to wear this fragrance. And that's something that you'll probably notice is going to be a trend with this list, is that a lot of times the fragrances that I reach for the most are the ones that I find the easiest to wear. This is one that I picked up at TJ Maxx for about $25, and I actually got the big gift set with the shower gel, the fragrance itself, the deodorant spray. So in my opinion, a really good bang for your buck. I say if you could find this one for below $30, it's definitely worth the pickup, especially if you're a fan of other popular blue fragrances on the market. This one is going to smell like a bit of a hodgepodge of them all. But once again, coming at my fifth most worn fragrance, we have Offens 9 a.m. Dive. Our next one on the list is going to be from the house of Versace, and it is Versace's Aeros Energy. This is one that I think I picked it up either last month or the month before, but for whatever reason, I have been wearing this one like crazy in July. This one is described as a citrus aromatic. Honestly, it puts me in the mindset of Creed Aventus, Mont Blanc Explorer, other fragrances that smell like Creed Aventus, but with a very, very amped up citrus note in the beginning. So almost similar to the Creed Aventus cologne, but even more citrusy in the top. As you can see, I've definitely started to put a little bit of a dent in this one. For a collection the size of the one that I have, putting a dent in a fragrance like this within a month or two is definitely a sign that I'm really enjoying the fragrance, and I am. Now, where did I wear this one? I wore this one to work a couple times. I wore it to the gym once. Honestly, I don't think this is one that I would reach for too often in the gym. I feel like there's some brighter, cleaner smelling fragrances that I would prefer to wear in the gym, but I definitely think that you could get away with wearing this as a gym scent. Now, where I found that I reached for this one the most was on casual outings, nights out with my girlfriend. This one just seemed to work so well for those situations. I wore this one to one of my best friend's son's birthday. I wore it to quite a few different date nights with my girlfriend, and I can say that this one is a highly, highly complimented scent. I got numerous compliments from my girl. I got compliments from friends. I got compliments from coworkers wearing this one. This is one that is definitely going to be a compliment getter if that is what you're after. As far as longevity on this one, I'm getting pretty good longevity with it. I would say I'm getting around that 6 to 8 hour mark, which in my opinion is really good, especially for a citrus dominant fragrance. But once again, in our fourth spot, we have Versace Aeros Energy, one of my most worn fragrances for the month of July. Next up on the list, we have one from the house of Armoff, and it is Armoff's Club de Nuit Seage. This is a very reflective bottle, so I hope the camera was able to pick it up. This is Armoff's take on the Creed Silver Mountain Water DNA, which is one of my, if not my favorite scents from the house of Creed. It's very citrusy, woody, a bit musky. You also get a slight floral nuance with it. This is one that I really enjoy, especially in the high heat, which is how this one ended up sliding into my most worn for July. Is it has been extremely hot where I live. I'm talking 90 degrees plus. Our heat index has even hit 105 on a few days. So it has been really, really hot. And this is one of my go-to scents for when it feels that hot. This is one that I mainly reach for work in the gym. And that's how this one ended up sliding in that spot so much, is because I'm always at work. When I'm not at work, I'm likely at the gym or at home. Longevity on this one is pretty decent as well. Similar to the others, I'm getting around 6 to 8 hours with it, which in my opinion is kind of that honey spot. I don't necessarily need a fragrance to last too much longer than that. And 9 times out of 10, especially if I'm going to work or the gym, I have the fragrance with me. So if I want to reapply it, I can do so pretty easily. I believe I only got 1 compliment, maybe 2 compliments with this one. Overall, I would say historically, this one has been a huge compliment getter for me. I just didn't get that many compliments this month with it. But regardless of that, it's still one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection, and has definitely been holding off my hunger to get a bottle of the original. Coming in at the number 3 spot for my most worn fragrances of July, we have Club de Nuit Seage from the house of Armoff. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have one from Versace again. This one is Versace's Man of Fresh. This one is a fruity, slightly fresh and spicy scent. Always makes me think of sitting poolside. And this is another one that is one of my go-tos for the high heat. So as we had those extremely hot temperatures all throughout the month of July, this is one that I found myself reaching for a lot. This is one that I find to be very refreshing, very uplifting, and I really do enjoy to wear this one when the temperatures begin to creep up like that. I wore this one to work, I wore it to the gym, I wore it casually. I wore this one pretty much for anything you could think of. What really stands out to me is a specific day that I wore this one to the pool. Got invited by a couple friends to catch up. We hadn't seen each other in forever, and this is the fragrance that I chose to wear that day. I could smell it around myself at the pool. I reapplied it a couple times just to get another whiff of the opening, but overall it was a wonderful day, and I definitely made some good memories with this fragrance. Longevity on this one is not the best. It's not terrible, but it definitely could be better. I'm getting around between 4 to 6 hours with this one, but it is a pretty affordable fragrance, so I do not mind reapplying it if I have to, or even keeping a decant or travel size in my pocket and reapplying that. As far as compliments go, I think I probably only got 1 or 2 compliments with this one this month. Not that I'm necessarily out here fishing for compliments, but I know that is something that a lot of people care about and want to know. I would say that historically, this one has been a pretty good compliment getter for me over the years that I have owned Versace Man of Fresh. Just that this month, I did not get that many. And maybe that's because of me. I've probably been stank facing a lot of people just because of how hot it's been. I'm probably walking around mugging everybody, and no one wants to tell me that I smell good because I look so mad. But this is probably one that you'll probably end up seeing again on one of my most worn lists, because we're not out of the summer yet. It's going to stay hot probably for another 2 months where I live. So this is probably one that I'm going to continue to reach for, and you're probably going to see the dent in this bottle get bigger and bigger and bigger. But this time it came in at number 2 for my most worn. We have Versace's Man of Fresh. Coming in at number 1 for my most worn fragrance for the month of July, we have Latapas Mahir Legacy. This very, very interesting horse head bottle that I can never get to show it well on camera because it is so reflective. This is a take on the Sedley DNA from Parfums de Marly, and in my opinion, it gets very close to that. You get the lime, you get the mint, you get the ambroxan, you get all the other things that you get out of Sedley, but you get it in a $20 package. This is one that smells very fresh, very bright, a bit aromatic. It smells clean, but in that aromatic way. This is one that I mainly wore to work and the gym, but there are a couple times that I wore it on casual occasions, specifically because my girlfriend is a huge fan of this one, and she has specifically requested that I wear it certain times. Like the others on this list, this is one that does really well in the high heat, and I found that I feel a bit cooled down when I wear this one. So of course I had to reach for this time and time again during this extremely hot July that I've been having. Performance on this one is pretty good. I'd say that I get around that 6 to 8 hour mark with it. definitely is a skin scent by the time it gets to that 8-hour mark, but it definitely jumps off my skin for the first 4 hours or so. And I found that it is a pretty good compliment getter, whether that's my girlfriend, friends, coworkers, whoever it is. This is definitely one that the people around me tend to really enjoy when I wear, and I enjoy it as well. I love when I'm wearing this one and I get a waft of that lime and mint. Kind of smells like a Sprite on your skin. Overall, this one is very refreshing, an uplifting scent. It's a compliment getter, it performs well, and it's about $20. It's really just not much more that I could ask for from a fragrance. So it's no wonder that it ended up being my most worn fragrance for the month of July. Once again, we have Latapas Mahir Legacy, that shiny chrome bottle. But that is going to be it for my most worn fragrances for the month of July. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you have been rocking the most during this month. I would love to see what your lineups look like. Drop a comment and let me know what you thought of my lineup. Is there something that you feel I shouldn't be wearing? Is there something that you feel I should be wearing? I love to get a conversation rolling with you guys in the comments. I love interacting with you all. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does so much to support my channel. And until next time, peace.